And we got Jeremy Karelis here, and we played a little bit of Max B. Some of it was Max B. 60% of it was Max B. But Max is someone who is like whose music and whose whole like everything is like very near and dear to you, Jeremy. And I believe you got a project or a project is coming or is on the way with Max B that you're part of.
Nah, man, I ain't part of a project, but I was cut out of that documentary.
No
that podcast.
No way.
This is what we did, man. We brought you to a competitor platform. The shit. This content that's coming out.
You're trying to start a war, man?
Nah. But when we were speaking, we were talking about you were interviewed for the Spotify. It's called Convicted, right?
Yeah, I was interviewed for the Spotify thing, just as like a just background kind of knowledge about Max and what he meant to me and meant to the time and all of that kind of stuff. Nothing to do with I wasn't about to speak on any sort of legal situation, but they swapped me out for Marissa Mendez. That's cool, but
hey, it happens, man. I was swapped out of dope.
Wait, no. What?
Wait a damn minute.
What?
Yeah, the movie dope. It was like I was swapped out because I didn't want to like.
You the main guy?
No, I was so Casey Veggies is in dope, and I was supposed to be like behind him, but I didn't want to keep shooting the scene over and over again. I'm like, I'm the manager. I ain't trying to be shooting the scene 17 times. Like,
this is
chilling.
What is wrong with you?
That could have been your break.
Trying to chill in the trailer with Ray J, smoke some weed.
Because
Ray J.
Who did they swap you with? Who they swap you with?
Nah, one of Casey homies did that thing.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, Fredro Starr or somebody got switched out for you.
Nah, it wasn't a swap.
Yo, Fredro Starr.
Did you at least get a good Ray J story?
I've met Ray J a couple times. He's a good guy. Love that guy. Black History Month. Celebrate him.
Jesus
You got
Christ.
those Raycons on right now, huh?
Man, you feel me?
Are we?
Dark shade.
Hey, that's the thing. Raycon, they be sponsoring every fucking body. And I be watching like
show.
Exactly. I be watching like video game like retrospective videos on YouTube while I work, and they'll be like, "Hey, I got these Raycons." And I'm like, "Nigga, what? Like, he gave it to your white ass and not the black print?"
I'm gonna hit him up. We're gonna get some Raycons.
Yeah, come on. I'll sell the shit out of some Raycons, man. We selling shit this year. On the black.
I mean, y'all on YouTube and shit, man. Y'all better be selling shit.
I think that's next, though. I think that's really next for real. Like the YouTube look, that's gonna get us some sponsorships, Josh.
Our hashtag ad era.
Yeah, we in our ad era, but I'm shocked they cut you out of this. Like I had a whole angle. I had a whole angle here, and I was like, oh, how did it feel to work on it? And then it's like, damn, because you are really kind of like a encyclopedia of Max B. Like, you know so much about it. Like, how did it even come to be that you got interviewed for it? Like, did they just call you?
Nah, so what happened was the producer of the show reached out to It's The Real, and they were like, y'all remember when they did that, they played Scrabble with Max?
Oh, yeah.
That was like a long time ago. So, yeah, they asked It's The Real, and they're like, nah, like, we don't know enough, but here's who you have to talk to. So, I just got on the phone with the producer and he interviewed me for like a good hour about Max and just like, I have a very like interesting perspective too, because where I grew up, he was like massive, like Coke Wave and all of that was massive in Massachusetts. And like the tri-state area and all of that. So like, it was just like, you could catch Max in Boston like a lot, and that's just not, it wasn't like that with every artist, obviously. He was pulling down bags, in like Connecticut shit. So it was, it was definitely, I talked about, I mean, the thing is like what they cut out mostly was like, I'm playing Max at the wedding. I'm playing, all these like little things. Like nothing probably like mattered enough for that type of podcast, but it was cool to get it off.
They probably use your information for backstory, so you weren't cut out.
Yeah, no, they definitely used the one joint that they didn't know about the whole when he's talking about longevity and shit. That clip where he's like, we all gonna die. We all gonna die? Who's gonna be here at the end? So I put him on to that, but I can't take any credit for that podcast. So Amazon gotta get it together and put out a competitive one.
Oh man, the documentary. Trapped.
When he gets out, man, but the thing is with that too, is like, I don't know if he's like, I hope he gets out, man. But that's been every year French Montana been saying that.
Yeah, I think French at this point, he has a time that sets off on his iPhone when it's time to say that, and then he just says it every year.
Right.
But it's
top of the year.
Exactly. But it's like we've been waiting for such a long time. But one thing about Max is that, like, even when it's just some random nigga on the track that he's shouting out, all of it sounds good. Like, he's still one of the most charismatic artists that I think I've ever heard. Like, there's just no doubt about it.
Yep.
And we really, I wonder how he would fare in this climate. You know what I mean? Like, so much stuff has changed, but then again, his influence has been very much like spread throughout the generations anyway.
You look at Wiz, you look at Drake, you look at Gates, you look at any of these guys, they'll say that they were listening to Max. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely, he could come out and do something, but like, he's probably gonna have to tone it down a little bit. We're living in a different time, but but also, like, we've seen, like, I've talked to Josh about this before too, but like, we've seen, like, when Boosie got out, when Gucci got out, and we're always like thinking like, this is what they got to do. This is what they never, and then it just like kind of not flops, but it's not what we want to see as fans as like a comeback. So I would be, I'm going to stay hopeful, but like, who knows how that's going to, I don't know how he's going to be when he gets out. I don't know if he's going to, I know he wants to make music, because he's been recording from prison for like years, but, it's hard to say. I'm sure he's going to get, a lot of love from some of these younger artists that grew up on him and stuff like that. But, hopefully, if it were up to me, I'd be A&R the shit out of that.
Hey, hey, manifest it, man. You can do it.
Yeah, man. Come on. I'm going to say it right now, right here.
Yeah.
I'm an A&R that shit. I'm going to make Max bigger than he ever was.
Hey, hey, get Max the damn Prime water ad. Get him, you know what I'm saying? All these different like endorsement bags. Like, there's like, he could be on the Pizza Hut ad, yo. Like, they got this really fucking annoying song. I don't know if you even watch TV like that, but Mark knows what song I'm talking about in these Pizza Hut commercials.
No.
Like that I be like sheesh. Like, Max B could flip that shit and get a bag off that.
Oh, you're talking about that rap, the pizza rap song?
Yes.
Pizza rap.
That I be like, sheesh.
Who is that?
Talk about. It's terrible.
I don't know who that is. I don't even know.
That's the type of rap that they want Lil Yachty to be doing, so they could call it hip hop.
It's something named Ty Verdes. Verdes. Let me make sure I get my Spanish right. Ty Verdes.
Oh, you made that? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a term. I signed that. I forgot what label he's on.
He's making money. They switched from Pusha T to this nigga so fast. The weirdest thing was hearing Pusha T on Pizza Hut commercials.
Yo, pizza rap is back, bro.
We already had Pizza Wars earlier in the month. I want to start another Pizza Wars.
No, I mean, is there good pizza in Boston?
I mean, it's fine.
Oh, it's fine. That makes me a little bit concerned. Not that I would be in Boston at any point in time in the next couple of months, but if I were in Boston, I would be looking for the food, probably the food and where to drink.
Yeah, but you're not going to Boston for pizza. You're gonna get some
chowder,
fried clams. You're gonna get some patties in Mattapan. Come on, man. It's a very, very diverse city. It's just super segregated.
Right. See, and
but
that's
there's a lot of different cultures.
That's where the racist talk comes in. That's where it comes in, where it's like people don't understand it. It's like I've always been interested in the makeup of Boston, because really all you see of Boston is what's that movie, The Condemned, or The Town, or whatever.
The Departed.
The Departed, whatever the fuck.
The Town, all the
like
Condemned.
That's all you really.
Was that a Matt Damon joint?
That's all niggas really know from Boston is like they rob banks, they got an accent.
John Cena.
John Cena. Shout out John Cena.
And I mean, Cousin Stiz was I gotta say, like, Cousin Stiz might be the first black person I ever even knew came from there.
Bobby Brown, man, come on.
What about Bia? Bia holding it down. Bia holding it down. Bia.
Bobby Brown and Bia.
Oh
and
yeah. Oh Benzino. I forgot about
Coil Ray, baby.
Bell Bip DeVoe. Okay.
Now too.
I give you that.
Y'all claim Coil Ray?
How much of her life did she grow up in Boston? For real?
She got family in Boston.
Family. She get her jersey bag. She ain't looking at Boston.
She got Benzino.
Come on, man. That's all I know. That's all I know, man.
No, but there's like, but what's crazy is that like there's definitely, there's parts of the city where it's like, if you're in, certain parts of Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan, or whatever, you might not see white people at all for days. You know what I mean? But once you like go into like proper Boston and whatever, it's a whole different story. And like a lot of those neighborhoods get left out. When in like conversation about Boston being racist, like they think that it's like yes, there's racism in Boston, just like any other city, and there's racism, but like nobody's thinking like people like I know so many people that are like nobody. Every time that I tell someone I'm from Boston, they're like, "How could you be from Boston if you're not white?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit, man, you get it like that." I mean,
it's like cultural ignorance, like, and I think we all kind of have that sometimes. Like, if people would say I come from Virginia, they think that I'm fucking riding horses and I lived on a farm or something like that. Like, and I'm like, no, that's West Virginia. Like, that's not what we do over here. But it's like with Boston,
what you're doing is you're cooking because ain't shit to do with cook.
But no, for real, like there really is nothing to do in Virginia, and like where I'm from, Virginia, like there's really nothing to do. Like that's for real. Like we don't got no big buildings, nothing. We don't got no NBA team. We don't got none of that shit. That's at the very least Boston got that, and you got black players on it. So that's what I can say. There are black people in Boston.
Man. Boston has a crazy Caribbean culture that, like, when I talk, I have a bunch of friends and family from there, and they're like, that's what they think of. Like they got mad West Indians, like great West Indian food out there for real.